So yesterday we have learned about installation of Java. I hope you people are ready with the installation and all.
Yes, sir.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
What about others?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are good.
Yes.
Okay. So from today onwards we are going to work on programming concepts. See, theoretical concepts we can define if you learn the practical from your side. What I mean to say that rather than focusing on the theory, if you learn the practical, then you can make the theory from your own. So we will be focusing more on the programs over here. So whenever we plan to write a program in Java programming language, so we have to take care of 4 important steps over there. So these 4 steps are just like a template which you have to follow. So the first one is nothing but comments, and the second one is importing a classes, or else you can define it as importing a package. And the next one is writing a class, and the last one is writing a main method. So let's see one by one over here. So the first one is nothing but comments. What do you know about comments?
Which defines what we are writing.
So it's nothing but a description of a program to me. Correct? So you are right. Any other answers?
They make the code understandable to the user, sir.
Perfect. It makes a code understandable. For example, today you have written something. After 1 month, again, if you're seeing the code, by reading the comments, you will come to know that which block is having which business logic. And another usage of that is today you are working on that project, and tomorrow that project has been assigned to some other resource. That resource will not have to take much pain if there are comments over there. So it will be very much helpful. So comments are nothing but non-executable code. The first point which we have to remember is it's for the user's sake. It's not for the machine, or it's not for something else. It's not a executable. So it's a non-executable code. Whatever you want, you can write in comments, and it's not only for the description. If you want to make some code unexecutable, then you have to go for the commenting of that code. So in Java, these comments are the part of all programming language. When it comes to HTML, it is having its own style. When it comes to JavaScript, it is having its own style. And when it comes to Java, it is having its own style. So there are single line comments and multi-line comments, which is also called as multiple comments. So if you want to comment any one line, then you have to go in this way. This is what a syntax is. If you want to comment many lines, then you have to go in this way. This is the one way, and you can also go like this. Okay, so this too comes under the multi or the multiple line comments. So we will be seeing about this down the line. So the next level of discussion is importing a class, classes, or packages. Let me make it package over here. Importing a package. So what is package and all we will be seeing down the line in the next coming classes. We have a complete description. It's a complete chapter. For time being, you just remember package is a collection of classes and interfaces. So for all programming languages, if there are extra plugins required, then you have to import their plugins. For example, when you have worked with the C programming language, you have imported or included stdio.h. Standard input output header file you have imported. So in the same way, when it comes to Java, you do have to import a package which is called as java.lang.star, java.util.star, java.servlet, javax.servlet. There are many packages and there are many classes. So what is this .star that all we will be seeing down the line? if you don't import any package, LAN package will be imported by default. You don't have to import this. If you're importing also, it's a very good thing. If you're not importing, by default, this LAN package will get imported. Who will import it? The JVM will take care of assigning the LAN package to your code. Another point which we have to focus over here is, so what I said you, the first part we have done. So I'm just writing the comment for my code. The first program for any programming language, what will be the first program?
Hello world.
Hello world. So just I'm giving a word like greeting the world. And the next level, what we have seen the template over here, comments importing the classes or packages. So it's a good practice to import a package. So I'm making a practice of importing a LAN package, just to get practice about that. For that purpose, we are going with that. So you can see that stdio.h we have used for C, C++, IO string we have used for C++. And in the same way, in terms of Java, you will be having a collection of classes and interfaces which need to be get imported. So for that purpose, we will be importing a package. So what I said you, by default, java.lan package will get imported. The next level of discussion is writing a class. What is class?
It's an instance of an object, sir.
It's an instance of an object. Okay. So object is known as instance of a class. So anything else you can, anyone else can add some point?
It is a blueprint of an object.
It's a blueprint of an object. Perfect. So what do you know? What do you mean by this blueprint? Is there any printing over there, or the code which you are writing will be in blue color, or what it is exactly?
Actually, it defines an object.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It is like a template, so that all the objects can be defined.
Mm-hmm.
Through it.
Class. In a class, we have defined variables, methods,
Perfect.
which
You mean to say
we
that,
are going
Good,
to
good.
use in our program by defining an object for the class.
Good. So you mean to say that class is a collection of variables and methods,
Mm-hmm.
and up to some extent it is a collection of class. What I mean to say, object also. You want to add this point, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Santosh has defined the class in this way, like a behavior of object. That is also correct. So I really appreciate your all answers, whatever you have given. So class is nothing but a virtual entity, and object is nothing but a real-time entity. Anything which is virtual is known as a blueprint, and anything which exists as a real-time, that will be defined as an object. So class, a simple term, is like your idea, and your implementation of your idea is nothing but your object. So we will be learning about object down the line. From the Java perspective, class is nothing but a collection of fields and methods. As someone have said, this is the definition. And when it comes to OOPS, any programming language which follows the OOPS concept, the basic funda over there is everything should be written in class. So this class is very important for us because your entire business logic is going to be wrapped inside a class. So class is having its own syntax, and the syntax of a class you can see down the line. Class, class name, and the statements will be there. This is nothing but your code. So let me write a class. So the syntax is like, let me take it public also. Public class and class name. Any name you can define over here, but the name should be valuable. Just hold on, let me connect my battery. So public class, class name. So the name of the class I'm giving as hello world, and here this will be followed with the code. So here the code, it depends what kind of code you are going to use. So we have completed 3 important steps over there. The one is comments, and the second one is importing the classes. Third one is writing the class. So I'm just removing this code. String R. That's it. So there is a huge explanation on each and everything over here. This you will be learning in access specifier. This you will be learning in modifiers. This we know it is a return type, and this will be learning. Now, what is main exactly? So main is something which is called as entry of the program, entry point of the program. It's something like you have built your you have built your house, and if you have not given any entrance, then it doesn't make any sense, right? So you have to provide some entrance over there. So in the same way, if you have written some code, if you have not given any entry point, what happens over here is you will not get any output. In order to generate the output in the sequential manner, in your own manner, like when you have given the entrance at the ground floor, then you are having your own template over there, like you will be following stairs, you will be following a lift, and you will be crossing the first floor, second floor, third floor, and then finally reaching the top, and then we are going to jump from there. So it's something like that. So here also we have a main, which just we have to remember, like it's nothing but the entrance of your code. So we are good now. We are done with something, and we have followed 4 important steps while writing a program. The first one is comments, and the second one is importing a package. If you are not importing also, it's not a problem, but just to make a good habit of importing a package, we have taken this one. And the next one is like writing a class. This is what a template of a class. So as someone have said that it's a collection of fields and method. So for time being, we are not going to define any field because it doesn't require over here, but it is having one method. And now the time has come to, as the program says that we are going to display something over there on the screen, that is nothing but creating a world. So let me display something. Just remember it, in order to display something, you have to define it in the system.out.println. It's quite similar to the printf which you have learned in your C language. Okay. So just remember, if you want to display something, you have to define it in system.out.println. Fine guys, now we are ready with one program. The one phase is over. The one phase is nothing but writing the code, and the second phase is nothing but saving and execution of a program. So remember, you have to save your program with the name of the class. Point number 1. And while saving, you have to give the extension as .java over there. We can define with the different name also, like hello world is there. I can save with some other name also this program, but this is not a correct time to discuss about that because we are in the very scratch level. And the number 3 is compiling. So for compiling purpose, we have to call a Java compiler, and the last one is nothing but executing. For execution purpose, you have a Java command over there. So I'm going to take this in multi-line comments because this is for my understanding. That's it. So let me summarize. So whenever you are going to write a code, you have to take care of following things. The 4 basic concepts are writing a comments. Don't forget to write the comments. If you don't write also, it is about 2 steps are optional, but it's a good practice to write a comments in your code. And then importing a package, and writing a class and writing a main method. Now let's go with the second phase. This is nothing but the second phase of our program. So what we have to do first is we have to save this program. I'm going to save this program. Let me create one folder in E drive. I'm going to give this as evening because here it's night time in India. Here the name of class should be the name, what I said you, the class name and the file name should be same. So it is like this. Class name is hello world and your file name should also be the hello world. And the second point over here is done with about 2 steps. Let me proceed for the next step. For executing your code, you have to go for the command prompt. Up to access specifier, we will be dealing with Notepad. After that, we will be starting with Eclipse because Eclipse is the one which is used in the real-time environment. So people might be practicing on NetBeans also, might be you people have done also. There is nothing, NetBeans is nothing but waste of time. Either you should go for Eclipse, and my Eclipse is also good, but my Eclipse is the paid version. Because of that, the real-time environment or the real-time industry will not accept that. My Eclipse is the replica of Eclipse. There is quite difference that I will explain you when I explain you the concept of IDEs. So it's a good practice for you to prefer the Eclipse. I do remember when I was having 1 year experience and when I entered for the interview in the Wipro, they have asked me the first question like, have you used Eclipse in your project? And I said yes. They are trying to check whether I have really used or not, because the people who are from the education background, very less people will be knowing about the Eclipse. Most of them will be working on the NetBeans. So let me come back to the concept which we are discussing over here. So we are discussing about displaying a hello world on the screen. For that, we have to follow all this stuff. The first phase, writing a code, and the second phase, saving a program, compiling and executing a program. So in order to compile and execute your program, you have to go to the command prompt and then go to E drive and go to the folder where you have saved your program. So when I see I have saved a program over here as hello world.java, it's available over there. So for the compiling purpose, it will be hello world.java. So all done. So how you are using this Java-C? With this Java-C is defined. If you check, we have not defined, it's a predefined one. Not here. You can see this in build Java-C. It's a batch script file which will be run on the command prompt. Batch script means it is for the Windows and it will be run on the command prompt window. So why we have set a path? In order to use this from anywhere, in order to call this Java-C from anywhere. So how we are calling? We are calling by using the help of the command prompt. In the same way, you have an executable jar over here, that is Java, which is used for the compilation purpose. Java hello world. Yeah, now we are good and we have displayed hello world on the screen. You can see that your code has got executed now. So I do understand that it's not a big achievement, but we have, congratulations, we have taken one step towards the programming language and we have learned how to write a code from this one. So let me summarize. This is what a template. This template will be followed always. Everything you are going to write in a class, it depends you write a main method or not. It varies from time to time, but the remaining thing will be followed with you. Let me take another program like displaying a name. So I'm going to change the name here, display name. So I'm going to give the name as Rohit. So as I said you here, the file name and the program name is not same. For that purpose, what I have to do is I have to go to the file menu and I have to go for the save as. Save as will be giving you the new copy of the program. So let me make it as here like this. So I'm giving the name as the class name, which I have over here. The same name I have to give over here. So display display name Java. Yep. So let me come back to the command prompt. So what we have to do? Java C display name Java. Display name. So you can see that we have displayed the name as well. So how we are displaying a name or whatever it might be XYZ. So whatever you want to display on the console, you have to use this one. System.out.println. There is a very huge explanation. System is a class, out is a static field, println is a method, static field of print stream. You will be getting to know about all these things down the line, but this is the basic program which we have to remember. And this thing, don't think that it's very simple. It has very huge explanation. For 1 or 2 years, guys, what we people will tell them to write any program, and then we will be taking from the scratch what is public, what is system, what is out, why they have defined out over there, why not print stream.println. So all these things will be carried out from this. So this we will be discussing down the line. It's not a correct time to discuss all these things because at this time you are not aware about the extra classes of Java. Still we are in the user defined class that is nothing but the display name. So let's move one step forward and go for the another program. It's like displaying a name 10 times. I want to display, why this thing is coming here? The name 10 times over here. So I don't know how many times it is. So here that we are going to use a concept of control structures. Okay, so let me count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we have 10 times Rohit on screen. So as display a name 10 times. I don't need to change the program and all. I can go with this because it makes sense. We are displaying a name only. So let me get back over here and let me clear the screen. Oops. Java C display name.java. Display name. You can see that name has been repeatedly displayed on screen. Now, tomorrow I want to display this name for 100 times. So what I have to do, I have to go for the 100 times system.out.println. It's a very time consuming process and I don't think it makes sense of writing the same thing 100 times. It is going to increase the code when it will be becoming 100 lines of code only for displaying a name. So in order to avoid this, what concept we have? Anyone?
Oops.
Loops, very good. We have a concept of loops. Among them, there are 3 different types of loops: for loop, while loop, and do while. So among these 3, for time being, I am going to use a for loop. Let me write the syntax: initialization, condition, incrementation or decrementation. So you have a loop ready with you. So I will be sharing one document with you by the end of the class. which talks about the control structure. So this concept is very important, guys. Control structure. Controlling a structure. Structure is nothing but your program. The complete program's steering is this one. Wherever you want, you can tilt your program. However you want, you can make a flow over there. So I request you to go through this document. I will be sharing by the end of the class. Let me come back over here. So we are talking about using of loop. Initialization. Initialization, what is meant by initialization? Assigning some value to the variable. So don't get confused here. I'm using int over here. This is a data type. After this program, I will be taking about you. We will be discussing about the data types and all. And the second is nothing but condition. Condition is nothing but how many times you want to repeat. So as for my program, I want to repeat it only for the 10 times. And incrementation, you have to increase the value of I by 1. So let me save this. Let me come back over here. Now you can see that the same output got generated just by adding these 2 lines of code. You are writing system.out.println only one time, and you're displaying the Rohit on screen for 10 times. So this is what a beautiness of loop. So ln is for the next line. If you don't want to display at the next line, we have something so called \t. So you can see that at the space, double tab space, it has displayed. \t is for the tabbing space. If you want to specify a single tabbing space, then you can go in this way. Okay, so this is what we have. Let's proceed one step forward. So in this way, we have displayed your name 10 times. Tomorrow, if you want to make it 100, you can go in this manner. 1000 if you want, you can go for the 1000 times just by increasing one value over it. Note guys, whenever we are making a change, we should recompile and execute. First you should go for the Java C, and then you should go for the Java. Okay.
Right.
So let me make it in this way now. Let's go one step forward. Displaying numbers from 1 to 10. So here the name of the program should get changed here. And here what it will be here? You have to display the number 1 to 10. So I is nothing but a number over there. So I have to go for a new program. Just give the save as. You can use the existing one. So the name will be replaced with the
Number.
Dot is missing over there. Java. Come back to Eclipse. Command prompt. Displaying number.java. Displaying the number. So you have displayed number from 1 to 1000. If you want to display from 1 to 10, just change the condition. Clear the screen. So you got the number from 1 to 10. In the same way, if you want to display the tables, like to table, so just what we have to do, we have to multiply it with 2. So you can see that. If you want the things to be in the table format, you have to go for you have to take some pain over here. You have to go for the designing and all. Let's do some designing. So here it will be 2 into 1. Let me save this and let me get back and explain you what I have written. So you can see that you got the proper format. Okay. So what I did over here is 2 into, this is ASCII is nothing but multiplication over here. This is nothing but the hard coded. What I said you, whatever you write in the double quotes, that is nothing but the hard coded, and it is used for displaying on screen. So, but you can see that 1, 2, 3, these numbers are getting changed, but 2 into remains constant. These are the dynamic. It's getting changed. For example, tomorrow I want to know the two table up to 20. So here this should be read up to 20. For that purpose, what we have taken? We have taken I over here, because I will be getting increased and it will be keep on increasing until it reaches 20. Once it reaches 20, it will come out from this loop. And how the I is getting increased? By using plus plus over there. So let me recompile this. So you can see that it's up to 20. Okay, so let's talk something about the Java data types. So what do you know about data type? Java, not only Java, the name itself will be having a definition. Data type. Type of data used in a program is known as data type. So what type of data we are going to use in a program, it all comes under the data type over here. There are many data types. Among them, there are few important like int, float, char, string, double. Double is not required as of now. So these 4 are the important. More you will be learning about the integer, float and all primitive data types I will be taking later on. So this one we are going to take now. Let me take one more Boolean also. A type of data used in the program. Before going for this thing, let me cover one more important concept. So data is nothing but your characters, individual characters in your program. Let's take English language. Every language is having its own data types. So whenever we are trying to learn about the English language, English is having its own data types. That is nothing but A to Z, positive to negative. That is nothing but numbers. P by Q form. That is nothing but rational numbers. And it is having some special characters. So by learning these things, you will be completing your program in English language. For example, how you have it's from capital A to Z to small a to Z. So by using this all, what you will be doing? You will be framing a word by using this all, and from words you will be framing a statement, and from statements you will be forming a paragraph. From paragraphs you will be forming a chapter. XYZ follows. So in general, what we call this in our day-to-day life, alphabets. And these are nothing but numbers, and these are nothing but rational numbers. So in the same way, because we are humans, we have a brain. By saying this, we can say that it is an alphabet. If you, for example, it's an A. this is nothing but number, and this is nothing but ampersand over here. This is a special character. So just by saying, we are coming to know that what is what. But what I said you, our program is going to run on a dummy device, a device which is not having any brain. So our program is nothing but a brain for that device. So we have to tell our device, oh my number. So by defining it as a integer, positive to negative. So whenever, for example, I want to add two numbers, A and B, 10 and 20, then 10 means it is an integer. Just like it is a number over here, you have to maintain it as integer. You have to remember it as integer. And if you have something in the P by Q form, then you have to remember it as float. Or else you can take it in a decimal as well. If you have something so-called alphabets, then it is called as a character in our programming language. And there are a couple of rules which I will be taking down the line. So string is nothing but if you have more than one character, then you have to enclose in a string. And Boolean is nothing but you have true or false over here. So whenever you are defining a float, you have to end it with F. Whenever you are defining a single character, you have to enclose it in single quotes. When you are defining more than one character, then you have to enclose it in double quotes. Meanwhile, there is one more usage of this. The usage is like this. The usage is something like, if you have a combination of characters and numbers, like a number plate, AP123 XYZ, like, then you have to go for the string. You can't go for characters for integer. I mean to say that in place of this, you can't use a character directly. Okay, there is a special explanation about the ASCII value. That is a different concept. For time being, you should remember that you should not use a character for the integer. You should not use character for the float. If you have character, either you can use for the char or you can go for the string. So this is nothing but the data types, and these data types is having its own explanation. Like integer will be consuming 4 bytes, and character will be consuming 2 bytes, and float will be consuming 8 bytes. In that way, bytes, when I am saying, it deals with the memory location, memory area, all these things comes into picture. So this is about the data type. Let's talk something about the identifier. So what is identifier? Go on guys, speak up. Name given to the variable is known as identifier. For example, if you want to perform addition of two numbers, 10 and 20. So these two numbers are just like values. Okay, so you can't put the numbers in this way. You have to put the number by assigning it to some variable. It's something like you have a college, and in college ID number means student exists. Student exists means ID number. Are you following?
Yes.
So in the same way, if there is some value means variable exists in this way. Okay, so now it depends what kind of value you are taking. For example, I am going for different data types over here. Pi is having 3.14f. So with this, we remember like flag is nothing but true. So which belongs to which data type over here?
Integers.
A and B belongs to
Integers.
integers. I want answers from all. So this belongs to int. And this belongs to whom?
Character.
Char. And another one belongs to whom?
Float.
Float.
Float. And this last one belongs to whom?
Boolean.
Perfect. Thank you for giving the answers, guys. Boolean. So let's make it quite simple. I'm not going to talk much on this. Let me make this simple by displaying the values on screen. And before going for that, okay, let's take this one first, and then we will be saying. Let me go for the new program. If you write more programs, then it will be a good practice. Program based on displaying values of different data types. So next is importing a package. Is the third step.
Main.
What is the third step? Come on, speak up, guys.
Main. Writing main.
Writing a class. So can you give one name for this program? Public class name will be followed.
Data.
Data, okay. Let me take it as data. Okay. Next. An answer like writing a main method. Yes, we have to write a main method. Public static void main string arg. And here in this one, I'm trying to display the multiple data type values. So how to display? System.out int ln a and b value. A, I'm giving a tab space over there, and then b value. I'm giving this as char. Character value plus ch. In the same way, pi value, pi, and the last one, Boolean value, and this one will be followed with what is a variable flag. That's it. We are done. Let me save this program. What should be the name of the program? What should be the name of the file here?
Java.
So let me come down. Oops, there are a number of errors. No worries. Errors are for making us perfect. If you are not getting any error, means you should remember that you are not learning anything. Just practicing. That is nothing but you are just learning how to type fast. You should get some error. But typing will be increased otherwise. Typing speed and all. Now we are good. We have executed smoothly. Yeah, you can see that we have displayed the values in this. Okay, so there are different ways to display a value. Let me take another approach of displaying a value. Can someone tell me what is our second approach? By using printf. A and B, percentile D, H, E, percentile D. A comma B. Let me take this. Those who have learned C language, they might have remember about this. And those who have not learned also, for them it will be a beginning, like if it is integer, it will be a percentile D. If it is a character, what it will be? Percentile C, and this one will be percentile F.
Yes.
F. What about Boolean? Boolean, I too don't know. We have to check that. Please check it. If you get something, please update me also. Boolean, you try from your side. So by using a printf, you can display it in the C language style. Okay. So just I'm displaying the value of A and B. All done. We are good over here.
For Boolean in C, you need to
What is it?
define values 1 or 0.
Okay, but I'm talking about the control string. Listen.
I think we don't have any control string for Boolean. We just define a value for true and for false, and
1
then
or
we will
0.
use the int values.
Okay. Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much for giving. There is learning for us. That's what I said you. The teaching, training, everything is nothing but the sharing of knowledge. What you know, I will be learning. What I know, I will be sharing with you. So, guys, we are done up to here. Here, I have something to explain you. I do understand we are still in the core concepts, and the people who know Java a little bit, they might be getting bored by seeing all these things. Simple programs displaying a value, b value, ch value, and all. But it's a part of our syllabus. We do have to understand that there are others also who are not aware about all these things. So I have to carry forward for all. So the point which I want to focus on this one is whenever you are defining a class, a variable, or a method, there are certain rules and regulations. So that is nothing but rules for defining a class, rules for defining a variable, and rules for defining an identifier method. So let me open the document. So can someone tell me what are the rules? No problem. I'm not finding that page. I don't know. So let me take from my side. So whenever you are defining any variable or something, so rules for defining a class. Defining means giving a name. So whenever you are going to write a name of the class, you have to follow these things.
Single string.
Yeah, it should be a single string. There should not be any space. Very good.
First letter
First-
should be capitals.
Yeah, the first word of the letter should be capital. You can see that H is capital over here, and the second. So whenever you are appending the words over here, this is hello is one word, and world is another word. You have appended and made it as hello word. So it's a single word, and it should be begin with the capital letter. If you are giving the name of the program as demo, single word, then it should go with the capital letter. If you are giving a name as displaying names, then You can see that displaying is one word and names is another word. So both should get started with the capital letter. And second one, as someone have said that it should be a single string. There should not be a space in between. If you are really interested to provide a space, then you can use underscore or dollar. Both are allowed in this case. So from the special characters, only two characters are allowed. That is nothing but a underscore and dollar. And another one is you should not use any keywords. Let me take you to the keywords as well. Here we have some keywords. There are nearly 54 keywords.
Hi, sorry to interrupt. I mean,
Yeah, please.
we can use the class name with the small letter as well, right? We can start with the small.
Correct, correct.
No need to use with capital.
Yeah, we can define the class name with the small letter as well. So these are nothing but industry standards. If you follow, it's up to you. If you don't follow also, it's not a problem.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like a template, worldwide used template.
Okay.
Okay. And your experience will be sounded from your code. Nobody will see whether you have written some code in your organization. Your team lead will not check your OCGB certification. They will see the code directly, and it will say how you have written your code and how much you are capable. Okay, always we should write a good code, and we will be learning about all that things. So it's a basic thing. So the first thing is like it should start with the capital letter of the word, and the second thing is the spaces is not allowed. If you want to give some spaces over there, then you should define it as underscore. And the next point is you should not use a keywords. So these are nothing but the keywords. There are 53 keywords in Java. Among them, 50 are widely used. Among them, 48 are widely used and 2 are not used. And 3 are reserved words. So let me show you what is keyword and what is reserved word. Reserved word is like a flags, like a null is there, true is there, false is there. So these are the flags. And keywords are something which are already observed while developing a programming language. Let's take an English language. English language is also having its own keywords like good morning, good evening, which is having its own specific meaning with the time constraint. So like morning times, if you are saying good evening, it doesn't make any sense. So these are already reserved. In the same way, in our programming language also, we have some reserved words like class we have taken. Public class, class name. Public is a reserved word. Class is a reserved word, which you have to follow strictly while writing a code. You can't go with capital P over here. I want to write capital P means the complete sense will get changed over here. JVM will not detect it. And the class you can't start with capital C over here. So these are all reserved words which you have to follow very, very strictly. This is not a reserved word. This we will be learning in the string chapter. Int is there, char, float, all these are reserved words. What this int is sounding? It is saying that you have assigned some value to the variable, and that variable type is nothing but integer. And this variable type is nothing but a character. You are giving information to the JVM. You know it is an integer. You have written this for the JVM's sake to provide a brain over there. So in the same way, as the time goes on, we will be learning on these keywords and all. So we will be learning means we will be using this all. And two keywords which are not used is goto, and one more is there. So you can see that const, because this has been replaced with the constants in the latest versions. So goto and const is not used. Other than that, all are widely used. So what I was saying, we should not use a keywords as well. So these things will be followed while defining a class name. So when you are defining class name, you have to take care of these all things. So next thing is while defining a variable. like int equal to 10. So this a is nothing but the name of the variable. While defining this, you can't use for equal to 10 because for is already used in the for loop. You can't use float equal to 10. So you have to follow some rules very strictly. So whenever you are going for the variable, the rules of the variable and methods are quite similar. So here the rules follows in this way. It should start with, can someone say, lower letter. For example, I want to define something like $1. So one is something word and dollar is another word. So as it is getting started, then this should be O should be small and the next word should start with the capital letter. This we have to remember. Okay, so this process, this one especially is known as camel case. So the camel head will be down and its back will be at the top. So this is known as camel case, this is known as Pascal case, and this is what, and the remaining two rules will be followed here also. So spacing is not allowed and keywords are not allowed, special characters except underscore and
$.
dollar. Except underscore and dollar. Everything is allowed in this case. Remove this and, because and is also a special character over there. So I'm providing like this. So this fourth rule will also be followed over here. So we have not yet used any method as if now. We are going to write some method down the line. Let's go with that method. Let me define the method as well. So the method and this one will be the same. So what is the signature of a method? Method will be having a return type and method name. What is method? Can someone tell me quickly? Come on, guys.
A method is a function which performs actions derived by the program.
Perfect. Any other answer? So you mean to say that method will be having some functional logic and which will be derived, which will be written in the program. So yeah, correct. So method is nothing but it's a code which performs some specific task or specific function. So whatever you write over here, that is nothing but a specific task. So this is known as business logic over here. Let's take an example of Facebook. If you want to delete it, for delete another method will be there that is used for specifically deleting that particular comment. And if you want to edit, it will be the specific method that is used for editing a comment. So this all follows. Okay, so we will be seeing this, what is method and all. So we have to remember the couple of points over here. Whenever we are defining a method, the method should also follow a camel case. That is nothing but it should start with small letter and the next word should be followed with a capital letter. So we have two types of methods: method with parameter and method without parameter. Okay, so let's work on this. So and the rules of this is nothing but the similar rules of variable. That is nothing but it should start with lower letter, small character, and the spacing is not allowed. If you want to provide, you can provide underscore over there, or you can use dollar over there. You can go for the keywords as well. You should not go for the keywords. I'm sorry, I'm taking my words back. And you should not go for the special characters like except and except dollar and underscore. So let's get back to the program. Let's write one program now.
Small.
Yeah, please go ahead.
We can't use the class name for method and variable name, right?
Let's try that. That will be
Because it will be considered as a constructor.
correct. You are right. So method, there is one more rule which has updated and which is helpful for all. Method name should not be a class name. Should not be a class name. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's write one program based on with non-method and with method. Calculation of numbers. So what is the second step? Importing a package. Okay, someone is saying that we can define it as a name and it will be called as a constructor. So yeah, we will be talking on this more, the name of the method and the constructor down the line once we start the OOPS purely. Like when we start encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, then we will be talking on this also. For time being, I'm just reserving this thing. So public class and the name of the class is calculation. And then as usual our template will be followed. And here I'm defining two variables A and B. And I want to perform calculation operation. So what is that all? I'm going to write A plus B. A minus B. Multiplication of two numbers. It will be defined as A into B. And this will be division of two numbers. And this will be defined as A by B modulo of two numbers. Oh, A percentile B. So what is the name of a program here?
Calculation.
Give it with that. Calculation.java. I think we are missing over here. No. So let me go to the command prompt. Let me clear the screen. Calculation.java. We got nearly 5 errors, and all 5 are common errors. This is what a problem with the copy paste. People say that developers will do copy and paste. Yeah, copy paste is also having a lot of logic in that. Everyone can't do this copy paste. So Java calculation. See that? You got the output. So it's pretty simple. The one thing which I have to focus over here is we all know addition, multiplication, division. Only one thing I want to focus over here is This is a percentile which will give you what?
Reminder.
Reminder. And this will be giving you?
Quotient.
Quotient, sir.
Quotient. Perfect. Okay. So with this program, I'm going to explain you the importance of writing a method. For example, I want only addition result, and when I'm trying to execute this program, I'm getting the result for all. So it's a very big trouble for me. I don't want to display everything over there. I want to display only the limited code, and I don't want to perform all the operations over there. I want to perform only the limited thing over there. So for that purpose, we will be going for the method. So when I say about the method, then we have to talk about the object also. So all these things we are going to see tomorrow. For today, you just try to work on this, and let me share that document. I do understand it's a very heavy document, especially for those who are new to Java. I request them not to miss these concepts. If you have any doubt, we will be seeing in the class as well. So these concepts are nothing but the control structure. These are the basic concepts which you have studied in your earlier curriculum. So these concepts will be repeated with the C or C++, it's same. And if you go with the JavaScript also, it is same. Or jQuery also, it is same. So can someone ping me your ID so that one can circulate with everyone? Can someone take this initiative? Guys, I didn't receive anyone. Okay, can someone do like this? Just deploy it in the share folder. One who is uploading the videos on the regular basis, and one who is having access to deploy something in the share folder, please do that. Can anyone ping your ID? Thank you.
అదేదో మీ అడిగినట్టు అది పంపించడానికి ఏమో.
So Priyanka, I request you to deploy this in the share folder. If possible, if you have the IDs of all, then you can deploy it with that also. Nice.
Actually, I don't have ID. I'll contact Prashant and take the IDs.
Yeah. Perfect, perfect. You just contact Prashant and request Prashant to deploy this one. Just forward the mail to Prashant and request him to deploy in the shared folder.
Sure.
I appreciate that you have taken the initiative.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
So guys, we are done. You have any questions over here? Tomorrow we are going to learn about the objects, and after that we are going to start learning about the variables, modifiers, static, final, instance, and then we will be going to learn the important concepts. So don't miss the tomorrow's class as well. Be regular, and if you're missing at any point of time, please do follow the videos. Thank you so much for joining. If someone is having any concerns, they can stay on the call, and rest of all can drop off.
Thank you, sir.